morning, dear listeners. This is your host, John Paul, and today we will be discussing the latest update on the Philippine economy, especially on the gross domestic product or GDP and the gross national income or GNI in 2023. The Philippine GDP measures the total value of all goods and services produced within the country's border in a given period. Despite the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, the country's GDP grew by 5.5% in 2022. The growth was mainly driven by the services sector, which accounts for 60% of the country's GDP. This includes the business, process outsourcing, finance, real estate, and tourism industries. The growth in these industries was a result of increased domestic consumption and government spending. Meanwhile, the agriculture and industry sectors are also contributed to the growth of the country's GDP, albeit at a slower rate. The agriculture sector grew by 2.9%, while the industry sector grew by 3.2%. The agriculture was hampered by weather-related disruptions, while the industry sector was affected by global supply chain disruptions. On the other hand, the gross national income or GNI measures the total income earned by a country's residents, regardless of their location in a given period. In 2022, the country's GNI grew by 6.2%, outpacing the growth of GDP. This was due to the increase in remittances from overseas Filipino workers, which reached a record high of $33.8 billion. This has been a significant source of income for many Filipino families and has helped to support domestic consumption despite the pandemic. The increase in GNI resulted in a per capita GNI of $4,254, which is an increase from the previous year, $3,987. However, despite the positive indicator, the Philippines will face significant challenges in terms of income inequality and poverty. The COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated these issues, with millions of Filipinos losing their job or experiencing reduced incomes. To address these challenges, the government has implemented various programs and initiatives aimed at supporting the most vulnerable sectors of society. These include cash transfers, subsidies, and employment programs. The government has also focused on increasing investment in infrastructure, education, and healthcare to support long-term economic growth and development. In conclusion, the Philippine economy is showing positive growth in 2023 despite the challenges posed by the pandemic. However, there is still much work to be done to ensure that the benefits of economic growth are shared more equitably among all Filipinos. The government must continue to implement policies to support inclusive and sustainable economic growth and ensure that vulnerable sectors of society are not left behind. That's all. Thank you for tuning in to our broadcast. This has been your host, signing